Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Milwaukee from the home court of the Bucks. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. For the Brooklyn Nets, they come into tonight's game after losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's Demon. Here's Barrett. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Stan, when you look at these teams on paper, there's a clear talent discrepancy.
Yeah, but Kevin, games aren't won on paper. And if you're the underdogs, most people have already written you off. So you go out and play free with no pressure and use all of that public doubt as motivation.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Here's Milwaukee now. Here's Peterson. Holmgren right side. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break.
Well, coming up the floor, you're not going to out-hustle Hawkins.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Peterson. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Shots good by Whitehead. Here's Demon. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Pass to Whitehead. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, you know Coach loves seeing the offensive game plan being executed to perfection.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Left side, Barrett. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Here's Peterson. Puts it up. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
Shot's good by Wilson.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Peterson. And the rejection by Claxton. In the corner, Barrett with it. Here's Demon. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Holmgren.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Here's Peterson. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Here's Peterson. Stolen by Wilson. In the corner, Barrett with it. And it's sent back by Turner.
Well, this is the kind of rim protection Turner provides. He knows his team relies on him to protect the paint.
Pass to Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Demon. That three off the mark. Here's Peterson. Pass to Whitehead. 5 on the clock. And the rejection by Claxton. Holmgren gets the bucket.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. So for the Nets. Now Clark. Here he goes. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Holmgren in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Holmgren's got 7.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense.
Anthony can't hit. Milwaukee leading by 3. Here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now. Oh, man! Wow!
Well, Anthony's showing us the spring in his step.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Whitehead. Over to the left wing. For 3, Holmgren. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now here's Anthony. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Well, that's where Anthony is at his best, when he's getting downhill and attacking the basket.
Pass to Whitehead. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And timeout called by Doc Rivers. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Nets trailed by 3. Powell feeling it out a bit. No good on that one. .158 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Peterson. A 3-ball. Powell pulls it in.
Well, his team has the lead, but this has to be a bit of a concern for him. The shot isn't falling, and it's been a forgettable night.
Here's Peterson. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Peterson's got his second basket of the night.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for. And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
And another of these young, talented players out of Canada, R.J. Barrett, is a high-level NBA athlete.
It's in the blood. His father played for the Canadian national team. Barrett, an attack wing who loves to get downhill.
The Nets have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. He's off on the first.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Milwaukee leading by 4. Hartenstein with it to the wing right side. Beyond the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Powell on the double team. Connect. And the rejection by Holmes. Here's Anthony. And the layup falls. Anthony's got 6.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for the Bucks. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Milwaukee.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, the Bucks want to capitalize on their bigs. Coach Doc Rivers said, one advantage we have is our size, and the slower the game gets, the bigger we get. So taking opponents out of transition, making it a half-court game, allows us to be a big basketball team. Back to you.
Leveraging all that size. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Middleton on the wing. Over Clark. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Here's Wilson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
So, Stan, just for old time's sake, do you think the league should bring back the hand check? Do you miss it?
Well, look, Kevin, I think what the league's done with allowing freedom of movement has made this game a lot better than it was. I think the key, as it is in most things, is finding the balance where we're giving the defense a chance, not calling cheap fouls, but also not letting them just physically overpower each other.
Stolen by Middleton. Here's Rollins. Finished off the break. Rollins got the lead up to 10 now for Milwaukee.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Pass to connect. There's the pick. 5 to shoot. On the top of the key. It's Connect on the wing. Off target from outside.
That's just a great effort on the defensive side. Blaster to the shooter.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Rollins. From 10 feet out, Wilson grabs the board.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Great look, just couldn't finish.
That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Here's Rollins. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Middleton outside. Takes a shot at the elbow. And again, the Bucks miss.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
To the middle. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Hartenstein.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They've led by as much as 10. And there it is for him.
Well, you got to give it up to Middleton. He can get it done from three-point range and inside.
And here comes the break. The putback. Pass to Hartenstein. They swipe it. Here's the break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Here's Rollins. Connect with a wide-open look. His three-pointers off the mark. Here's Wilson. The shot goes down, and he gets this game back to even. Wilson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Connect. And Connect slams it in.
Rising up. Dalton Connect.
Here's Demon. Claxton trying to free himself up. Demon, that's good. Demon's got it all tied up now for the Nets. Here's Rollins. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Wilson. And he goes right over Hartenstein and slams it down.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And he gets the bucket. 5 points in the game.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Timeout called, the Nets. Brooklyn with the ball. Anthony right side. Peterson grabs the miss. Holmgren in the high post. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And great recognition. Holmgren saw the open floor and took advantage.
Three-pointer. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Doubled by Plumlee. And Turner throws it down.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Shot clock at 6. Outside Anthony. Here's Barrett. Poke loose. Milwaukee leading by 4. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities. Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Outside Anthony. Pass to Plumlee. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Down low. Here's Jackson. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Barrett, no good.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Bucks shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And timeout called by Doc Rivers. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. So he gets them both.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Hartenstein.
Well, Anthony is a creative scorer and knows how to get the defense off balance.
We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Here's Peterson. 7 points in the game. Jackson trying to break free.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Smart pass by Anthony. He has that good sense for when he should look to dish.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
Well, picking up his second foul, he can still be aggressive, but has to be smart about it.
The Bucks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And so he makes both from the line.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And it's sent back by Turner.
Remember, Turner's led the league in blocks multiple times. I think the shooter forgot that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And so it's Milwaukee holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Here's Peterson. Jackson in the corner. From deep. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Explosive, off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Chet Holmgren checks some boxes. He said if you can play defense and shoot the ball, you can pretty much play on any court, anywhere. Those are 2 things that are always needed on the basketball court, and that's where the foundation of my game started. Back to you guys.
A unique talent. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. And it's Demon missing.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Wilson. He just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Total determination from Holmgren there, taking the foul while in the act.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And the Nets making a change here. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Demon driving to the basket. Count that bucket. Demon's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Peterson misses.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Wilson into the lane. The rebound by Turner.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Holmgren wide open. And the Bucks miss again.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Wilson gets the 3-pointer to fall. Wilson's got 20.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest that part.
Shots good by Whitehead. And the Bucks lead by 9.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Peterson. Holmgren right side.
And you know teams are going to be physical with Holmgren, but he's aggressive, and boy, he plays with passion.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight. The Nets making a switch here. And good on the 2nd, so he makes them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Anthony with it, picked up by Turner. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, I like when Anthony attacks like this, forcing the defense into a tough position.
The Nets making a switch here. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. For 3. Peterson misses.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Holmgren outside. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Out to Anthony. The tray. Knocks down the 3 ball. Anthony's got 12 points in the game.
Not the top shooter in the league, but Anthony does hit enough threes to keep you honest.
Here's Peterson. 13 points in the game. Powell outside. Pass to Plumlee. Outside Anthony. To the inside. Wolf. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Pushing it up. Holmgren can't hit. Nets trailed by 5. Clark for 3. Whitehead with the rebound.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Peterson. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
Pass to Whitehead. Bucks passing it around. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Sinks the triple. Turner's got his second basket of the game. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Here's Peterson. He's got 13. Inside. Snatched away. Pass to Wolf. Now here's Anthony. Good. Nice job down low. Anthony's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Anthony is a talented scorer. He understands how to capitalize when he's near the rim.
Now here's Holmgren from the arc.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success. Hey, I like the unselfishness. If someone has a better opportunity, make the next pass.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And timeout called by Doc Rivers. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Nets trailed by 4. Here's Anthony driving the lane. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet. Here's Rollins. Here's Middleton. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Well, how about that jam by Middleton? He's far from just a jump shoot.
Anthony. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. That one on Hartenstein. The Nets have missed out on some chances at the line today. 0-6 of 11.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Well, we all know Cole Anthony can score the ball, but he deserves more credit for his defense. He's a high-energy player who likes to make things difficult for opposing guards.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And Jovic gets it to go. Jovic has got his first points in this one.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And here's Anthony for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. 29 seconds left in the third. Pass to Rollins. And here's Middleton. Fires the three. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Going inside. Timeout called, the Nets. Does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Bucks ahead, up by 4. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Nets trailed by 4. Here's Demon. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Here's Middleton. Rebounded by Holmes.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
And he hits it to tie the game up.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
In the corner, Middleton with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hartenstein. Screen by Hartenstein. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Pass to Barrett to take the lead. And it's blocked. And it's the Bucks on the break. On up the court. It's deflected. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Hawkins. Offensive rebound. From outside the arc. On the wing, Hawkins. Puts up a 3. Drills it from outside.
Well, when Hawkins is hitting threes, it adds a whole other dimension to this offense.
To connect. And connects. Slams it in.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of it.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Brooklyn.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And also, they are working the opposition from the mid-range, continuing to fire away with confidence from there.
The shot by Rollins, no good. The Nets with the lead. Anthony on the wing. Pass to Barrett. Outside Anthony. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, this run largely the result of offensive rebounding.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. They set the pick. Goes up the baseline. That's short off the rim. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Jovic. Basket counts. And it's a 6-point Brooklyn lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle. There was a sense of urgency. Coach said, quote, "We are right there, guys. Just stay together and trust one another. Let's take this one. Guys, let's see how that message resonates with the team."
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Nets leading by 6. Anthony right side.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
That's good from Anthony.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
And since halftime, he's made a concerted effort to get to the line. Be aggressive. Great stuff.
To the left wing. Pass to Peterson. He takes it in. And that one, good. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 15-5 run. The wide open look here for Anthony. It's good from long range. Anthony's got 15 points in just the second half. Peterson, that's good.
If the possession ends with a shot in close, you've done something right.
Pass to Ivicic. Now the Bucks moving it up from the arc. The Bucks getting another chance here. Holmgren the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
And I know everyone's thrilled to see Holmgren scoring so well. And this is the kind of effort that could carry on well throughout the year.
Here's Wilson. And a miss there on the triple.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Stolen by Wilson. To the paint. Here's Ivicic.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, right to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Now that's incredible. A huge bucket in the most emphatic way possible. Now that is not supposed to happen. Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Holmgren. And the 3 misses.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Holmgren comes with the double team. It's off.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those 2 guys.
Now Powell. The Nets call time. And here's Barrett. A deep 3. Jackson with the rebound. And he drives in, and he jams it in.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And then the young fella busts out the slick move inside to get open for the jam.
Greg, that was slick and slick. The D had no chance.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight. Just fantastic execution.
From deep, the three goes down.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
54 seconds left in the game. Holmgren rips down the rebound. And Milwaukee has possession to tie it up.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to one. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Got it to go off the glass.
And coming through in a big way, you have to love Barrett there, taking over down the stretch. You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that ties the game up.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
There's the pick. Now Claxton. A great pass leads him right to the rack.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. For the tie, count it. The Nets call time. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one.
Here we go.
Here's Peterson. Now Turner. Claxton with the steal. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Nets with the lead. Oh, what a move! And down goes the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
Here's Holmgren. A huge two-handed slam.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Wilson into the lane. Now Barrett finishes inside on the nice dish.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
It's Turner. Claxton with the steal. And now here comes Wilson leading the break. And Turner with a clear path to the rack. Now Barrett. Oh, my goodness.
Have to be aware of Barrett. He's solid at recognizing when it's time to go for the alley-oop.
Now Turner. And there's the dunk.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high percentage buckets.
Wilson left side. And Brooklyn turns it over again.
What a costly turnover. Those are the ones that keep you up at night.
The Bucks trail. Here's Peterson. Holmgren the screen. Oh, that was a two-hander.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
It's overtime basketball, folks, if you're just tuning in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Oh, what a play inside.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that. Puts so much pressure on the defense.
Jaquez. The response. Slamming it home.
Vital points there from Jaquez, answering the call.
There's the drive.
As hot as he's getting, they have to plan on bringing the double team every time he touches it.
And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a two-possession game.
Holmgren with the steal. Nice break, Milwaukee. Got a piece of it. Here's Peterson. Here we go, one-on-one. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And what a huge sequence that could be.
Wow, the play that might come to define this game.
That might be the play of the game.
And the Nets making a change here. And the second of two is good. That makes it a 3-point lead.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally down.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, that's outstanding execution in a big spot. He showed a lot of poise at the line right there.
Here's Peterson. Claxton comes with the double team. Just 5 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And so the Bucks take the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And that about wraps it up.